fights that deserve rematches, say like Haney and Lomachenko, that don't get rematches. But then you get fights that nobody cares about a rematch because they were one-sided and boring ultimately, like Spence and Crawford, where it was one-sided and non-competitive, and you're gonna get that rematch.
Putting him down, I knew like he was gonna be able to hit him with some clean shots, but I didn't think he was gonna put him down the way he did. But when you watch the fights, Earl didn't see none of them shots coming. His head, he was like winding up for shot, boom, right on the spot. Coming in, like the shots he didn't see coming, and the speed and the counter shots from Terence to.
Do you think it'll look? You think it'll look different at 54 though, man, or probably the same exact thing?
Yeah, skills don't change.
Listen, man, we ain't. You in there? I'm like Drago. You died. Yo.
It broke I picked Crawford to win. I didn't know he would win like that.
Yeah,
it broke my heart to see Errol Spence get whipped like that.
Yeah,
it really did. I didn't see that coming.
Well, look, in boxing, a big talented fighter will always beat the small talented fighter, right? That's given.
But in Crawford's case?
In Crawford's case, he's a big guy. Crawford's a big guy, but Crawford doesn't rely on his power. He relies on his IQ. Crawford, what he did to Spence was magic, was incredible, was amazing. And so, look, one thing about Canelo is that we all know that he walks in the ring as if there's wet cement. Crawford is such a smart fighter where he can he's like Bruce Lee, literally. And he's in his peak, he's in his prime, and so I think that if that fight ever happens, which I don't think it will, if that fight ever happens, I have to go with him.
Let's start off with the reactions of the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford rematch. And reactions are 50-50. Some people think it should not be a rematch. I think it should be a rematch to put the Errol Spence fans or Errolsexuals head to bed. But some people don't want to see it again. It was so one-sided, they don't believe it should be a rematch. And the one-sidedness of this rematch had nothing to do with weight. It has something to do with competition and skill level. And for years, PBC would pass this narrative around that Terence Crawford has not fought anybody. Errol Spence is fighting the best competition at 147. And I always said Errol Spence has fought the better names. He's fought the competition that was tailor-made for his style. The competition that made him look good. Instead of fighting competition that would get him ready for a fighter like Terence Crawford. And you know why they did that? Well, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it over and over again. Because Terence Crawford was not in the plans for Errol Spence. Never was. Crawford and Spence made this fight. And I commend Spence for making it. He believed in himself when his team didn't. Unfortunately, I think he's going to come up short again because he doesn't have the ring IQ. He's been fighting the same way all his life. I don't see him making any changes to beat Terence Crawford. Is the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, hating on Canelo Alvarez? Or does he really think Terence Crawford could beat him? Well, I think it's both. We all know Oscar De La Hoya is still mad that Canelo left Golden Boy because Canelo wanted to fight. Canelo wanted to be undisputed champion at 168, and Oscar De La Hoya wanted to run a Jake Paul show. The bottom line is this: Canelo and Oscar was going two different directions, and De La Hoya still flying on a big hate because Canelo left him. Now, with that being said, he's always said how great Terence Crawford was. He always picked Terence Crawford to beat Errol Spence. He is a big Canelo hater, but when it comes to this fantasy fight between Crawford and Canelo, well, it may happen now. There's a possibility it may happen. But till then, I'm going to call it a fantasy fight. Oscar De La Hoya believes that Crawford can beat Canelo, and he's not the only one. I've heard boxing legends, experts pick Crawford to win. Now, I think Crawford does match up with Canelo as far as skills. And you know, people talk how big Canelo is compared to Crawford, but they forget about the skills. Canelo is a very skilled fighter, and they are both great fighters of top of their games. But where the separation comes when these two get in the ring, to me, the separation is size. Crawford is going up 3 weight classes to face a hard-punching Canelo with skills. Canelo is far from being an Errol Spence. Errol Spence is not even close to Canelo's level. I do agree with De La Hoya when he says this fight will never happen, but I disagree with De La Hoya when it becomes to picking a winner, because I still have to give the edge to Canelo Alvarez, especially if you're fighting in his house. And his house is 168. Canelo and Crawford have both said this. There are weight classes for a reason. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beezy, I'm gone.